Alright, today we are going to talk about how to get more defined abs. And yes, you have to clean up your diet and get to a low body fat percentage to reveal them, but it doesn't mean that you can't train them and develop them. And while some people say that it is just genetics, it is true. But just like your biceps, chest, legs, everything is genetics. And if you train them to get them bigger, you can do the same thing with your abs. You can increase these crazes of bumps and make them bigger so they look way more defined. When you get to the body fat percentage, what's going to reveal them. And I also believe that abs training is the most controversial thing what you ever seen in your life. Because let's say that whenever you are training your chest, it is always progression after progression, using more weight, more rep. But when it comes to abs, it is always just something on the floor. Most of the time it's just hip flexor training or doing some hanging leg raise, but there is no progression at all. And it is just timing the exercises or just adding infinite amount of reps to the exercise, or even just supersetting, giant setting them, and there is literally no progression whatsoever. If you look at a leg raise or knee raise, just doing this without any spinal flexion, it is still going to train your abs, but it is more likely going to train your hip flexor rather than your abs. So you are going to feel a burn at your hips or at the long head of the quad, and it's not going to be your abs what's going to fail the exercise. And once you are progressing and you can curl your hip, showing your butt to everybody who is like standing in front of you, then it is going to train your abs even more. And the progression is always going to be getting a straighter and an even straighter leg, while the biggest progression is going to be keeping your body stable and almost reaching bar row. And while there is progression for the leg raise, how many times you see someone using weight and then progressing that way? Not many, even though that would be the ideal. Once you can do anything above 5 to 10 reps, you should add weight, keep it in between your leg and train it that way. Just a 2.5 plate. And even adding smaller weight is already progression. You don't have to do 15 to 20 reps because it is most likely that your grip is going to give up, or even your hip flexor. Once you can do anything, it's like going up to 10 reps, just increase the weight. Another one of my favorite ways to train abs is using cables, because you have the option to progressively overload it with more weight. And the good thing about that is you can train the rectus abdominis, so the straight abdominal muscles. You can also do the obliques as well, just by changing how you do the exercise. And it is going to be the same concept. Just do around 5 to 12 reps, so stay in between that rep range. And once you can hit the end range, just increase the weight. It is going to be the same concept here in the captain chair. You don't have to hang, so your grip is not failing here. You can use weight, and you just want to curl your hip all the way up. And once you can do 5 to 12 reps, just increase the weight. Put it in between your leg. You want to train and treat your abs just like any other muscle group. Progressively overload it, not just throwing in reps after reps and then timing it, supersetting, giant setting everything. And when the time comes that you are going to diet down, because let's be honest, if you are serious about your bodybuilding career or journey, eventually you are going to cut down to a lower level of body fat percentage, because you want to see what you were working for so hard for years, and then you don't want to see their disappointment, but you want to see a well-defined abs there. And there is only one way to do that, is by training it. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like, comment, share, subscribe. For coaching, hit the link in the description. Talk to you soon.